Yeah, and look, perhaps let's start with your last part of the question, because I think that's quite important. Why do people invest in infrastructure? And really, when you boil down to it, it is about that additional to a diversified portfolio. It is a asset class like many other real asset type of investments, which do provide a good diversification, but also very low correlation to other asset classes like listed equities or debt. Does provide that kind of good diversification in a portfolio. The other reason why people really like investing in infrastructure is really focused on some of the key objectives that it delivers. So essentially, a lot of the infrastructure assets provide essential services to local communities. They provide quite stable cash flows, but also with that comes inflation protection, which is quite important in many portfolios, as well as delivering yield to investors. So it's not just about capital gains, but actually it's about those assets which are already operational and it can provide ongoing distributions to the investors. When it comes to then fitting where does core and core plus fits within the wider portfolio, normally infrastructure is really kind of characterized in three different buckets. So it's core, core plus, and value add. And the key part of, the key differentiation between them is really focused on the risk return profile of those three. So based on where people target returns at the moment, just to give you a bit of sense, core normally fits in the 9 to 11 bucket. You then have core plus, which fits into 11 to 15% returns, and then value add, which is the most has the highest risk but also has the highest return potential. So this is 15 plus type return investments. Maybe just to bring to life a bit, what we define as core plus. And for us, it's really, as you say, we invest across three kind of key segments. It's transport, energy, and digital space. And within that, from energy perspective, it can be anything from district heating assets or electricity distribution assets that we own in Finland. It can be renewables, so whether it's solar or biomethane generation. Transportation, we focus primarily actually on leasing. So this is about passenger rolling stock leasing or ground handling or airport ground handling equipment leasing type businesses, which have longer term contracts, which don't also take risk on how much on the usage. So those are more kind of take or pay type contracts. And within the digital space, that's mainly actually have been focusing on fiber to date. So again, providing that almost utility service in a world where digitalization has become more important.